we're discussing, not necessarily. I just want to let you in. I need to forgive my voice. I have a little cold. Yeah. So
Hello.
let's see. Hello.
Mm.
Let's
Even if it's just
It's not like okay.
Aphrodite
Mm-hmm.
and kayanmata.
Mm. Aphrodite and kayanmata. The motives behind it, the meaning, the definition, the motive behind it, and is it good to use kayanmata?
Don't know.
So, what is kayanmata and what is Aphrodite? What are their differences, so to say?
Mm. Basically, they're actually meant to be the same. So, actually meant to be the same.
I want to be the same.
In the sense that the original idea,
It does,
the original idea of Kayamata is actually supposed to be an aphrodisiac.
if you leave this tripod, should we carry the phone?
Okay, I'm bored, right?
Because
Can you hold it too? I don't shake.
she has been taking over the iPhone.
Hope
Okay.
it will not. Okay.
Mm.
So, but by definition now, an aphrodisiac a is a food or drug that
Sorry, come.
arouses sexual instinct.
Hold the phone for me, please. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
it's a food or drug that arouses sexual instinct, stirs up desire, sexual pleasures, and that's just that. It's a sex enhancer.
That was
That's an
Aphrodite.
aphrodisiac.
Okay.
Now, ideally, Kayamata too is meant to be an aphrodisiac.
Mm.
It's meant to be a sex enhancer, right?
Mm.
So, but when you read much about it, you find out that there's more to the name Kayamata in the
That meets
meets
the
the eye.
eyes.
Yes, in the sense that you begin to see things like a soap, a cream, a
That brings
waist
favor.
bead that brings favor, that makes the man goes crazy. So I don't really know if it's the same thing as the mere aphrodisiac.
Aphrodite.
So what do you have to say?
Okay. I said I should use Kamata for you. So that you write a check and give me all the money in your bank account. Later they pay you salary.
Good. And that brings me to that point. Now, why should you use something that should make a man give you something else? Like, I personally believe that love should be natural.
Okay.
So then, if Kayamata is ordinary drug or
That
food
enhances
that enhances
sex.
sex, then why should it be that we are using it with the mindset of getting something from somebody?
Mm.
Understand it, right?
Mm.
So,
And you actually said that if a man truly loves you
mm,
and he cares about you, that you shouldn't use something to make him go crazy for him to now give you
mm,
something. That you should be able to ask that, see, so I need so and so things, and he gives it to you. Is
yes,
it not?
yes,
And if he doesn't
actually,
have to give to you, like, he should have a genuine reason
reason.
why he can't afford to give it to you for that particular
Mm,
time. Is it not?
yes, and it's
Should I correct him, Mama?
please collect it from her.
Okay.
Should I pause the video?
No, just
Okay,
continue.
so and for this reason, I feel that there's more to this thing they call Kayamata.
Mm.
Because if Kayamata is mere a drug that enhances sex, then then why should people use it to get things? I've heard I've heard things like go and meet so and so to get this cream
A favor, cream, favor
soap
soap
for
to
and
attract rich men.
yes rich men. So then it means there's more to this Kayamata.
Hmm.
And I don't know if they have actually tagged everything they like they used to get men. as
I
Kayamata?
think I think it's just they're hiding under the disguise of
They think.
Aphrodite
Okay.
or the Kayamata itself, because I think in the northern part it is used for a bride that wants to get married, and the whole preparation of her, like just to prepare her for her husband and all of that. That is what the whole thing means, like preparing her, you understand, for her
Mm,
husband and all of that.
yes.
But I think they now hide under the guise of
Okay.
they hide under the guise of Kayamata to now introduce a lot of diabolic things.
Diabolic things like
Yes,
charm.
yes.
Because I personally believe that when you begin to use something to to control someone else,
Like
it
can is not in his right state of
it's not
mind.
ordinary. You understand, right?
Mm,
I've heard things like when you use it and he sleeps with you,
mm,
that you can make demand for anything that you want
yes.
and he will give it to you.
Mm.
Now, I don't I know men enjoy sex, understand, right? But that kind of sex that will make a man write off all his money, it's not ordinary again. So, and that's my problem with the so-called Kayamata. You see, I don't have problem
Mm.
with the fact that
Aphrodite.
yes, with Aphrodite.
Because they
So
could they
if
could they could be
Kayamata
sexual
is
problems actually that people
yes,
go through
good,
that
that may
need the
require
use of it.
you
Yes.
using those things
Yes.
to enhance your sexual life and
Mm,
things like that's fine,
mm,
and I'm okay with that. But if Kayamata is now interpreted as those charms,
mm.
those love portions, you put it in his food and his brain cannot think very well again. You ask him to buy you car of 10 million naira and he will buy it for you. Then
It's
I
not
don't
too
really
much to ask for.
oh that your head. So I don't really subscribe to such. I believe
Mm,
that love should be now. I'm actually saying this for those who are out there using it as love portions and
mm,
things like that.
mm.
It's better to have a genuine love. Love could be very genuine, right?
Yes.
And it's better to have such kind of if you use things to make a man love you. So when those things now clear off,
Mm.
so or will you keep renewing those things for the rest of your life or how? So it's better to get a man like to love you for who you are than for you to use things to control that love towards yourself.
Okay, so what will you say about people that they want to marry a second wife and they are not so much in agreement with that? They want to use Kayamata
Yeah,
to
like to hold him down.
hold him down, so so
You
he
see,
doesn't marry another wife.
there are several perspectives to this thing. First of all, it has to do with faith,
Different
like the religion
belief system.
belief system. Now, I personally believe that a lady to know because before you were married
Mm.
as the first wife,
Mm.
you knew that
Go
he would
for
certainly
second
go
wife.
for second wife,
But what of
if
sorry,
even
what of
third
in a case where he promised her that he was not going to go for a second
second
wife
wife.
and he later went for a second wife and she feels hot or is now planning to go for a second wife? And because I've heard stories where
Mm,
I grew up in the
mm,
not
mm,
so to say. So this thing I'm talking about are real practical things happening. I've heard
mm.
stories of when a man was talking about marrying the second wife, marrying the second wife. The wife now cooked something and put inside his
Just to
food.
hold him
Yes,
down.
and he never spoke about it again. So would you say that that has solved an issue? Or would you even term that Kayamata or it's now diabolic? And
Eh,
has it
eh,
solved an issue or what do you think?
it may have solved it temporarily,
Okay.
but how long will that thing last? Soon his eyes will become clear. He will say he still wants to marry a second wife. So, and this is why I believe you should try as much as possible to be attractive to your wife.
To your husband.
Yes, like to your husband, without using all this charm, love, passion, and everything. This thing cannot last forever. You understand, right?
What if you're talking about being attractive, have you not seen men that their wives are fine, like so fine and pretty,
And
and
who still look out,
they
right?
still look out like, do you know that funny enough, such people, even if they get married to four wives, so to say now, or they have how many wives in the house, they will still be
They're still
looking
not
outside.
satisfied.
And I've seen a case where The man will divorce one, marry another one just to complete that four. But he will divorce, marry, just come so that he ensures that okay, it doesn't go beyond four, but he knows what. And some people that I don't know, some
I
men they
understand
just
what you're
have so
saying.
much crave for women
Yes,
and beautiful women.
yes. You know, it's men must learn to control their sexual appetite. Understand, right? Yes, I know that there's that sexual hormone in every man called testosterone.
Okay.
Understand? That controls our drive. But testosterone is not meant to control you. You are meant to control it.
Mm,
Understand, right? So every man must learn to be disciplined.
mm,
Every man must learn to be. The truth is that if not for discipline, every man would be a cheat.
mm,
If not for discipline, so every man should learn to discipline oneself. Then, as for those women, I would never subscribe for anyone to use charm. Love should be like willingly. Love should be out of one's own volition.
mm,
Understand?
mm,
So you now coercing somebody into loving you by putting something in the person's diet and food or things like that, charm or soap or that is you now begging for love.
mm,
And you should not beg for love. Any man that genuinely wants you should love you for who you are, and I think that's just it.
Because
Mm.
this are actually real life
These are real
issues.
life, yes,
Some
yes.
people become helpless to the point that they don't even know what else to do. They don't even know who to turn to. And maybe they have a friend there advising her and saying
Yes, go and use
she used
kayanmata.
this for her husband
Yes,
and it
and
worked
it
for her and it
works.
solved the problem. So this person should go and okay, let's talk about let's because the truth is that we didn't create the problem, we cannot solve the problem, so to
Certainly,
say.
certainly.
But let's talk about the side effects of using this. Is it kayanmata or
Okay, sorry.
aphrodisiac? Okay, your hand side.
Yes, of using aphrodisiac. Yes, there
Okay.
are quite some side effects. I had to Google it up, and I saw that um it could lead to liver and kidney damage.
Okay.
Liver and kidney. Then they said other side effects of aphrodisiacs include, they said, stuffy nose, headaches, stomach pain, upset stomach, nausea, diarrhea, memory problems, back pain, and other things, dizziness, loss of hearing, and all these things. All these things are what the side effects of using aphrodisiac.
Okay, I think we mentioned weakness, paralysis,
Okay, yes,
hallucination,
anxiety, weakness,
overstimulation.
overstimulation, paralysis, and
I,
hallucinations.
I've,
They
I've,
are also part of
I've also seen cases where men die while having sex.
die, right?
Yes, like heart attack. I don't know. Something just happens and during sex the man just passes out and all that. So is it due to this? That is, for example, because I saw overstimulation there.
Not necessarily. There are times where one could have, and this is why everyone is encouraged to go for checkup, right?
Okay.
Just try to check up and ensure that you are healthy. That's one. Then two, that aspect of drugs, like one could be, now there's some kind of drugs you may use to delay ejaculation. So in the process of you trying to have sex for
So
a
you
very long time, you become weak too. So I
oh God,
personally believe that it could lead to such because you become tired.
hey mama, what is it? You want to join us on the video? Okay, yeah. So this issue of kayamata and aphrodisiac, it's a thing in this generation
Mm,
because so many persons are going for it. New brides now they are actually going for it. New brides are going for it.
mm,
Hey, what you want to join us in the video? New brides are going for it and
mm,
all of that. So,
mm.
what would you
Advice.
advise? Yeah, as a closing note for this video, what would you advise young people who doesn't? I don't even think
Going through the
they've gone through the as in they've read about it, the pros and the cons, and even if they have, what is truly what is marriage truly about, and does it really and sex and all that, does it
Mm.
really call for, must you use something
Use
for
something,
that
right?
optimum? You know, some people believe that when
Just
it's
believe
when
that
you use
until you
that
use
thing,
that thing.
yeah, you'll be able to satisfy your husband or
It's not
just
true.
have a very lovely
It-
sex life
It's
and
not
all
true.
of that.
Okay, my final notes of advice to young brides, even grooms too, out there,
Hmm.
who want to get married, is to know that marriage truly is not all about sex.
Hmm.
Yes, that's the truth. And the truth is that you will get so much engaged in marriage that there are days, even weeks, that you may not think of having
Having
sex.
sex, yeah.
So I would like to correct that mentality that marriage is just sex, 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 and so let me just try to know how to capture him or her, blah blah blah. No, there's more to marriage than sex. It's actually more to marriage than sex. Then on the use of kayanmata, it's good for you to really know what you're using.
Or aphrodisiac.
Or aphrodite. No, yeah, yeah, well, people could use aphrodisiac in the
Okay.
sense that one could have sexual
Issues.
problem.
Yeah.
Understand?
Hmm.
So, but it's always good to seek the consent of your doctor before using any aphrodisiac. That's what I'll say on the use of aphrodisiac.
Okay.
Then on kayamata, many persons have used things that really introduced even bigger problems,
Hmm.
because some of these things they call kayamata, some of those things are demonic. That's just the truth.
Hmm.
So it's good for us to tell you the truth. Please,
Hmm.
before you use anything called the so-called kayamata,
Kayamata.
inquire very well.
Hmm.
If it's just a mere aphrodisiac,
Hmm.
that's fine. But
But
all
but they will say to you it's a mere
no,
aphrodisiac.
no, no, no. How do you know when it is no more an aphrodisiac? An aphrodisiac is a food or drink or drug. Understand it, right? That that is actually meant to enhance sexual pleasure. So anything that has gone beyond these three, food, drink, drug, then you should think twice.
But sorry, there. Do you know that? Do you know that they've actually made it into these things? They are now like they've made it into drugs. They made them into syrups, into food, like fruit. They can even infuse these things into it. Like they've put it in the littlest how will I put it, places that you could hardly detect the difference between. I think what I want to add to this before you continue is that when they are saying something like sorry, I need to clean my nose for cold.
Okay.
Okay, so you can continue. But what I'm trying to say, I know you can hear my voice. What I'm trying to say, when they are saying something like you're going to get favor when you use this, or the man is going to sign away his check, like give you anything you want,
Mm,
or you're going to attract richer men or something like
mm,
that. So when you are hearing this kind of thing, you should know that what you're using is no longer kayamata, and or that your husband is going to love you more, all those things.
mm,
When you are now hearing of all those things, I think it's no longer kayamata. It's no
yes.
longer aphrodisiac or whatever it is.
Mm,
Just know that you're going in for something else.
yes. Then the aspect I was trying to emphasize on saying that should not really go beyond the food, drinks, and drug is the aspect of you going to buy an aphrodisiac and they are giving you a soap
Hmm.
to have your bath.
Hmm.
You get it right?
Hmm.
And oil to rub on your body.
Hmm.
Now, this is not an aphrodisiac. This has gone even beyond the real meaning of kayamata. And this is why we have to be very careful. Before you now, I've heard of things like beads,
Waist beads.
waist beads as still kayamata. So such kind of things now like it's so clear that it's no longer ordinary um
Aphrodisiac.
aphrodisiac.
Uh,
So you should be able to decipher to know that this one has gone beyond the boundaries
mm,
and I will not use it. So one just has to be very, 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 very careful.
mm,
I personally believe that love should be natural.
mm,
Love should not be instigated using some kind of diabolic means.
mm,
If somebody wants to love you, let him love you or let her love you for who you are. You don't have to use charm. You don't have to put something in someone's diet,
mm,
bath with this kind of soap or that. eat this kind of food before the person
The
will love
person
you.
that truly loves you will love you.
Will love you.
Seriously, he will
Hmm?
just love you the way
Will
you
love
are
you.
with your
So
imperfections and all of that.
that's just it.
Sex life is still going to be
Intact and
nice
fine.
and
Yes.
intact and
Yes.
fine.
You
It's
don't have
just
to use things
you
to
don't have to, yes, you don't have to
unnecessarily.
do too much. In short, the way God created sex is like everything about it is natural. You don't, like, everything is there except maybe there's an underlying health issue. If not, everything you need to enjoy to have enjoy the pleasure of sex
Mm.
is naturally
It's
put
inbuilt.
there by God. Yes, so you don't need an addition. So whatever it is, please, young people most especially, preparing to get married, or you have not
Even those
gotten
who are
married
married,
yet or something, or even those who are married, you don't need
even those
extra.
who are married, ask yourself, why must you use kayanmata?
Or maybe they feel maybe the sex life is not functioning well, or
Okay,
is
that's
going
fine.
down, all of that. But
But if you are using it to hold him down, you are going too far. It's
and
not
then, if the
necessary.
truth is that, let me state something, that if your husband touches you in the right place, or you guys do foreplay, or just do what you're supposed to do before the actual sex, I don't think you have problems.
No, there's some people that have issues. Understand?
Okay.
Sexual. Those ones can use
Okay,
aphrodisiac.
but the ones that
Understand?
don't have
They don't
issues,
have that. They're just
they
trying
don't
to
need,
hold somebody down. Or just trying to
or just trying to explore their sex life. I don't think you need
it's
it.
not necessary.
It's not
It's not
necessary.
necessary.
Then your body system, everything has side effects. So you might not see the side effects now, but over time. So just be careful what you're taking into your system, especially when you don't have any issue. Are you not trying to do it to just to, if because everybody's doing it doesn't make it right, or that you should join the bandwagon. Just do what works for you. If you don't have a need, you don't to use something, like, there's no need for you to use something. Don't use
It's
it.
no need. It's no need.
Don't, especially when, like, you how will I put it? It's not something that is part of you as an individual. Just because everybody they are doing it, and so you want to do it. So please just use your discretion. Be very careful, so that you don't end up buying something that, now that person you are buying it from, you don't know where they went to get it. Number one, you don't know what they put inside to mix and all of that. It's beyond what they tell you and all of that. So just be very sure you know what you are doing, so you don't bring more problem into your home over time than what it used to be. Yeah.
All right. Thank you
Okay,
so
so
much.
bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.